And welcome back to the swamp, everybody. This is the Ogre in the Ass podcast. Eric, how you doing today?
Pretty good, actually. Nice.
I'm doing great. Thanks for asking.
Yeah. How are you doing?
A lot better now.
Good. Because I asked, right?
Because you're an ass? Yeah.
Wait, real quick, by the way. I did a poll on our Instagram about should we keep our logo or change it? Most people like our old logo more.
Oh, really? Okay, cool.
Yeah. It's like at a 30-60.
Oh, and yeah, let's just keep the old one.
But the peach was actually a pretty good idea.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I don't make it. You're the one who makes the logos around here.
But that was the idea you threw back there. Like, you should do a peach and says, like, that's actually a good idea.
I was just saying, like, I imagined, like, yeah, we could, like, throw in a peach or do some other stuff, too. But then it's like, yeah. But just so everyone knows, Eric does our graphic design. He's awesome with that stuff, so.
It's canvas, guys. The canvas is all the work. I
thought you do that bird one.
I do sometimes, but most of the time it's laughing. Or it's not laughing bird. It's most of the time it's canvas. Yeah.
Gotcha. Well, Eric, we decided our topic was about, probably 5 minutes ago.
Yeah.
That's a lot how this stuff goes because it's just, let's pick a topic. Let's just go from it. That way it's always fresh. And to
be fair, too, we are random anyway in real life. So why wouldn't be random?
Oh, dude. Yeah. If any of you ever hang out with us, you'll realize like we talk about anything and everything. So social media. The reason I was thinking about bringing this up today is because recently I'm taking a break from my social media, which means I don't even have access to the Ogre in the Ass podcast. So for anyone who does interact on there, Eric is the one you'll be talking to. I just wanted to take a break. I don't know, man. I spend so much time on there.
How much time do you think you spend on social media?
Dude.
I spend a lot.
Yeah. Because that's the problem. I get sucked up in so many like awesome videos.
YouTube for me is my biggest issue. But that's why I try and balance it out with educational shit too, Not just stupid stuff like TikToks. I love TikToks to an extent, but after like a minute of TikToking, I gotta watch something like, religious or philosophy or politics to make myself feel better and smarter.
Yeah, and I get that. I think for me, it was just like, especially at night, where like right before I'd fall asleep, I just start watching like Instagram reels, TikTok, stuff like that. And it'd keep me up, man. It really would. And I'd be like, why am I doing this to myself? And I just noticed too, like in like the first thing I do when I got off work, like, oh, let me check my social media. I was like, why am I like that? Why is that a thing?
Yeah.
Why do we get conditioned to look? Like I barely post.
It's funny actually. I forgot who it was, but somebody was I think this was at Congress. Somebody was being hammered about Instagram and how they make it addicting. And when they originally first made the product, Instagram, years ago, they had it in mind pretty much that they wanted to make it addicting for kids and teenagers to be to always want to be on it. And I forgot exactly how it went, but basically the Instagram creators knew what they were doing when they made it very addicting. For example, the likes and the love emojis and all that stuff. Obviously, that's very addicting. You get a little smaller dopamine high by getting it. And it's true. I'll post the stupidest meme on Facebook. I'm like, all right, people are laughing. I'm a comedian.
I'm something of a comedian myself. Hey, and by that being said, man, some of the stuff you post,
it's very stupid.
Some of it's edgy. I'm just like, ooh. This is just the ass posting that one.
Exactly.
I don't care what anyone says though. That which one I'm probably talking about.
I know what you mean.
So I think we hinted to it in another podcast. What was hilarious is that Eric posted something. The ass posted something to his Facebook page, and it was an awful meme.
It was pretty bad. Actually.
It was definitely bad. But yeah, man. So with social media, I think it's so addicting because you're right, like that dopamine rush that you get. And one thing with this too is like it's an escape. Like, because I don't post a lot, right? So I don't look for like that. I don't look for like the dopamine rush from like the escape from like likes because I barely post. But for me, I'm just like, oh, it's like an escape from the world. Like, let me see some funny stuff. And dude, like you've seen I've sent some funny stuff over.
Oh yeah, Instagram. Oh yeah.
Oh, that's like if you were a part of my close circle of friends, like I send you some dope reels. Like you are blessed.
Like
to know me.
Like the double date one you sent me.
There's a ton of them. There's a ton of them. Don't you dare. I knew you don't talk about it.
Okay, I won't say anything.
Okay, but social media too, and there's so many proven reports too, based on like the mental health issues that it causes.
Yeah. That's true.
It's because it creates a culture of instant gratification, right? Like, oh, I need to feel better about myself. Post a picture of your ass or something, put it up, and then you just like get all these likes like that, right? Like, I mean, it makes it that much easier to get access like to that dopamine rush that we've been talking about.
Oh yeah.
But one thing too is like it creates a unsustainable culture.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah. Like you say, it's instant gratification. Like back in the day, I don't know about your grandparent, but my grandparents had to, shake their ass at the club, miles down the street before they got some likes.
Watch your tone. Watch your tone. My grandparents never shook their ass.
They were saints. You're right though. But for my grandparents, I'm just saying, all right. But when they got that instant gratification, it took them days to get that. All right, they had to work towards it. Now, as a 29-year-old in the age of technology, I get it quick.
I feel like we should almost do a shout out to everyone who's still shaking their ass out there. Like, what are you talking about? That's the worst example ever.
Well, I'm just saying that's basically Instagram though. You just got girls out there shaking their ass. For 2,000 likes, maybe 20,000 if you're one of those Instagram thoughts.
Don't act like it's just the girls you're looking at.
I mean, you're right though. You're right. But I'm just saying though, they the worst ones. They the worst ones. I said it.
Why'd you got to look at the camera like that?
Just in case somebody want to start something. What you trying to get into?
Something. That's right. Start something. Get brave.
The ogre right there. He'll take care of it.
I'm off social media. You have to fight this one. No, why'd you got to throw me under like that?
Well, I'm just saying, if I'm getting faded, you getting faded too.
Just so you know, Eric and I, we believe in like fighting together, unless like the other one really deserves it. Like you show up and you like a big buff dude right out of prison. Like, damn, Eric, you shouldn't be talking shit. That's crazy. Hey, good luck though.
You're right though. I ain't gonna lie to you. You're right. I can't be mad at that.
Why did two of us got to take an ass whooping? We're awful. But okay, so. Well, that's one thing is that it creates this disconnection as well, right? Because if you're always getting this dopamine rush, you're getting this feeling of validation virtually, always staring at your phone. I mean, I'm totally guilty of this too. Going to family functions, going to things and just like, oh, everyone's staring at their phones. And I love making the joke too. I've caught myself doing it. I'm like, oh, dang, I am the joke. But I've caught myself and others where they like, we're at a family function and everyone's staring at their phones and you just see this little motion. I know what this is, right? Yeah. You're scrolling.
Mm-hmm. It's a strong thumbnail.
And it's just, yeah, right? We're going to need thumb transplants in years, dude. We really will. I feel like it. And that's just one thing. It's like, dang, like we spend time together as a family. Like it could be close family or just distant family all together we haven't seen in a long time. And we scrolling. Like, what's on there right now? What's so important that's on there? Who's showing the ass? It'll still be there later. Don't worry.
Right?
They ain't going anywhere.
You got the pause button, all right?
No, and I'm totally guilty of that too.
Yeah, I mean... That is true. I mean, for me, something I like to do when I'm around family is I notice that, I'll either talk to my elders, we'll have a good conversation, we'll eat together, or, if my nephew and nieces, for example, they're all below the age of, for the most part, 12, most of them. They want to go outside walking or, playing a game of tag. I'd rather play with them because just like you said, if I sit around and do nothing around the family, I'm going to be on my phone because they're boring me and I'm boring. So therefore, let me find ways to, do something. Like I said, so I'll walk with my, nephew, nieces around the corner and we'll do some stupid stuff,
Yeah.
But you definitely got to try in this day and age to stay busy because if you're not staying busy, you're going to be on your phone.
And that's one thing too. It's almost like a reflex. Like when you have something to do, you just pull out your phone, look at it. Yeah. I do it now. And since I've deleted my apps, I'm just like, oh, pull it out. I'm like, wait, why'd I get on? And it's so crazy. Like, wow, I'm like trained.
Yeah.
I'm just pull it out like, oh, yeah, well, I got nothing to look at now. So just put it back in your pocket. Like, what do I do? And there is a moment of feeling like, what do I do now? Because like the one thing you're going to do to waste time is now gone. So I was like, it looks like I better pick up some more books.
Yeah, that's true.
But yeah. I think it is good to get away from it because, again, it's not sustainable. No. I mean, look at it. There are so many people, if you take away their social media, like what would happen to them? Their anxiety and depression would get worse for a while because they're losing, like they are trained to receive that rush or validation from social media. But I truly do think everyone should take a break from it. I really do.
No, I agree. I was going to say, what was it? Like you said earlier, there's a study, about social media and depression. Mm-hmm. They're very highly correlated together because obviously, like you said, if you're constantly on it, this is your thing. When you take it away, you're going to feel a certain kind of way for a while, but then after a while, you'll get over it. Which is why when I was younger, and I used to hang out with you a lot with, especially in church, I remember we used to go camping.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah, and for like a week, we do some stuff, either biking for a week or
I
kayaking
remember
or
that.
whatever.
Yeah, dude.
We were away from technology for a long time.
And those were the funnest moments.
Exactly. When I got back, it lasted for maybe a few hours, maybe a day at the most. I'm like, okay, now I'm back in the mix of the city life.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Let me tell y'all something. Don't go kayaking with Eric. this guy right here, he doesn't do shit. If you get him in the kayak.
Oh, hey, I did work, damn it. Every time we fell over, I picked all this stuff up.
Okay, You're the reason you tipped. You are the reason you tipped. You don't get to use that.
But I still picked it up though. It's the thought
no,
that
you
counts.
didn't. I had to go pick up your shit.
Did you?
Yeah. Okay.
Oh,
guys.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that.
Okay, we went down the Trinity River. I'm telling the story. I don't give a damn. This isn't about social media. This is just right now to prove a point. Going down the Trinity River. Okay, awesome. If you have a chance to go kayaking down it, totally do it.
It's a good river.
So, like, we're with a bunch of buddies. We're going down the river, and there's this rock in the middle of the river called Machete. And, you know, it's a mean name for a reason. And you go over, and they said, too, like, you got to go on either side of the rock. Like, you do not want to hit this rock because it's right on a rapid. So if you hit this, you're going to fall straight down. Well, everyone else went on a side of the rock. Everyone else was fine.
I did, too. Tristan did.
No, time out. You let me finish the story, and then you can put in your 2 cents later. Okay. Now, everyone makes it down. And all of a sudden, I'll never forget this, because after the rapid, it's like a really calm, like almost lazy river-esque, like part of that river. And all of a sudden, we start seeing stuff float down the river. Like, I'll never forget, I saw an oar, and I saw one of your wet bags.
Oh, yeah.
And I was just like, what the? And we were doing like a head count real quick, like, who's not here? And then I just hear like one of the other young men yell out, he's like, yeah, Tristan and Eric tipped. So we start going over, and apparently you like were bear hugging this rock called Machete. You were like on the rock. Was that like, were you hugging it?
I think I was. Either that or Tristan was. I just remember the wave on the rock. That's all. Somebody was waving.
Yeah, so someone, to my understanding, was on the rock. And so that rock is right in the middle of a rapid. And we're just like, how the hell did he get there? Did you like jump out or what? So Eric's there on the rock. I thought it was you. And we just see all their stuff coming down. We see the Tristan. It had to have been you on the rock, because I remember seeing Tristan on the shore. Oh. So, and he had his oar in his hand. So I think it was your oar that we saw floating down. So we all had to go pick it up. We had to get Eric off the rapid somehow. I don't remember how we did it, because I was too busy picking up like your oar and wet bag. But it was just, don't ever go with Eric, because this is all you're going to get. If you're in the kayak with Eric and you're coming up to a rapid, and we went down, I think the big was like a level 3 or level 4 rapid. And this is all he does during the rapid. He just holds his oar up out of the water, completely useless. So he's just like this, both hands up. Like, you look like he's getting stuck up by the police or something. And he's just like this. And during the rapid, you have to keep paddling.
That's my fetal position.
You have to paddle. That's your fetal position, my ass. And so you're just lazy. So he goes down. So you see Tristan killing himself trying to get through the rapid without tipping. And Eric's like this. So, of course, y'all hit the rock.
You know what? He should have worked harder.
It's ridiculous. Don't go kayaking with Eric unless you like getting wet.
Right? But definitely go outside and, get away from technology.
Oh, absolutely. And moments like that were the most fun, dude.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, man, that's bringing back so many memories. Now, with social media, something I will say is it brings people closer together. Right? Like, there's family members I know I would never have talked to had I not had them on Facebook or Instagram. Like, I just never would have talked to them. And I don't think that's just normal, I think, back in the day prior to social media. But, with this, obviously, you can keep up in their lives better. Wow, I can't talk right now. You can keep up in their lives better. And, of course, they're always one message away, or that you see their posts, you can interact with them, comment. So, of course, there's tons of benefits to it as well.
Yeah.
But, I don't know. I think now it's trending to where there's more harm than good, because people are becoming reliant on it.
Yeah, no, that's definitely true. And, I'd say it's definitely an issue for millennials and, Gen Zers, Boomers don't really. I mean, they use it, but they're not addicted.
Boomers are the worst on Facebook.
But they're not like
they always got that picture. They always got that picture. It's like down here, so like mean mugging the camera. They hold that shit down by their belly button, and they're like mean mugging the camera.
Okay, so
like, what the hell is this?
So they misuse it, but I'm saying like they don't have the same mental.
Can we talk about that? Can we talk about that? Why do boomers I don't care. I'm calling y'all out. I don't care. Why the hell are y'all like mean mugging the camera in every picture?
Yeah.
Is it just me? Am I the only one who sees this?
I've seen it too. It's actually interesting.
No one's sitting there, oh man, this guy's a badass. Don't want to mess with him. That's never happened. No one's like, oh gosh, gotta be scared of this guy.
Right, class of 52. All right.
I don't know, man. I shouldn't say hate because that's such a strong word, but I just sit there, I'm like, what are you doing? What do you think we're gonna think about that? Like, what down here, just mean mugging that camera, trying to keep your chin up, but yet we see like your whole neck up. I don't get it.
I think Gen Zers should teach them how to do a selfie. Teach them the art of the selfie, and they'll be okay.
Yeah, well, I can agree with that. I mean, maybe there should be selfie courses. Oh, that's going to be a thing. If not already, do you think there's anyone out there who really teaches or sells courses on how to take a proper selfie?
Oh yeah, on YouTube you can look it up. It's YouTube.
But I'm talking about like a paid course or class.
Probably not, because you can find anything on YouTube, and something that simple would be for free.
Oh, I guess.
But yeah,
selfies. You ever take them?
No, I feel so goofy when I do.
Right? I don't get how you. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, here's the thing. Here's one thing. Even though I like social media, I do agree it's super toxic. And one thing I don't like is just like the whole selfie thing. I've never been that into myself. Never. Like, I'll look at myself and say, okay, I'm an averagely good looking dude. I don't say the shit of myself, but I'm saying I just don't see myself as the Instagram modeling type. You know, exactly.
Neither of us do.
Exactly. I just don't see it.
There's a reason we ain't got no OnlyFans.
Yet. Coming to a website near you.
Gosh.
But yeah, selfies though. What do you feel about
that? I think everyone is in some point taking a picture of themselves, or obviously you've posted pictures of yourself in some form, but have we like ever grabbed a camera, and I'm just gonna use this as an example, but have you ever pulled this out and like, ooh, like this, like put out, ooh,
so cringy.
Like give that duck face, like, oh gosh, no, like that's just ridiculous. I don't know, that's ugly of me to say, and I know that's just mean, because I know there's some people like, oh, I love taking those pictures, or it's like it makes me so self-confident, and did it like why do you need this to feel confident in yourself?
Right? Just go outside.
That shows you're reliant on this. That's the problem.
Exactly. That's why I would much rather, here's my biggest kick with social media. I'd much rather show people my ugly side than my nice side, because I feel like when you show them your nice side, you just show them how weak you are, because you need their self-gratification. You know what I mean?
I think it's funny because, like, even right now, people who don't follow us on Instagram or don't follow our personal accounts, but they follow the Ogre in the Ass. Mm-hmm. I have heard from people who's like, "Oh, wow, I didn't know you were this tall in real life," or "I didn't know you were that big." I was like, "Yep," and it is. It's like, here's the thing: it's about under promising and over delivering.
Yep.
No, it's still not that far off. Like the gap or the margin between like the under promise and over deliver isn't that big, but still, like I kind of agree with you where it's like. Don't give them the best side. You know what I'm saying? You might give them little snippets,
exactly.
Give them a little piece here and there, but don't put it all out there.
Exactly. Don't give them the whole show.
Yeah, right. You ain't getting my ass on Instagram. Hell no. I'm not saying anyone's asking for it, but I'm just saying though, for those of you who are wondering.
Oh shoot! But yeah, the whole selfie thing is just. It's just trash. And again, I'm not trying to make fun of, my people who I know who do selfies, but it's just not for me. I don't know. Like I said, I'd much rather show y'all my ugly side, verbally, mentally, physically, whatever, than show you my nice, proper etiquette online. Because that's all it is online. It's just a lot of this fakeness. Like going back to, Instagram models and whatnot, you're showing us a self that's just not really you. You're not always that good looking.
Oh man!
All right.
So here's something. I want to meet people and just talk to them to see if this is true or not. But apparently there are Instagram models because like you can make money on Instagram, yeah, but not always to the lifestyle you're trying to portray you have. Yeah. And there have been like a lot of messages that have been leaked. There's even been like contracts that have been like put out there. I think there was probably one woman who talked about it. There's a video out there where Instagram influencers, like very beautiful women, will be flown out to Dubai.
Oh,
you remember this?
Yeah, I remember that.
This has been talked about on other podcasts before. Other people have covered this, and I was like, "There's no way that's real." And you did do a little bit of digging. It's like it is real. If you see an Instagram influencer like that has no background, right? Like they're just all they are. They're just they don't have any sort of career behind them. They just have Instagram. If you see them on a plane to Dubai. Just know they about to go put in some work. they on the clock.
And they about to work some overtime. All right.
I'm not going to ruin it. It's not for me to go out there and put people's business out there.
Right.
But some people, if you pay them 6 figures, they're okay being used as someone's personal toilet. And that is the craziest thing. I'm not even joking. Go look that up.
Yeah, that's a real thing.
And it is crazy. There have been, like I said, other famous podcasts out there have touched on it. I kind of looked that up. I was like, there's no way that's real. I was like, that's real. You'll do that for money? Like 6 figures?
Yeah.
You ain't taking a dump on me for nothing less than 8 figures. You kidding me? I got limits. I got pride, gosh damn it.
Yeah. That's so wrong. What's wrong? See, that's what they see. Social media. It's like I said, pros and cons. I mean, but like you said, it's gotten worse now. It's just poisonous. Back in the day, it was AOL, then Twitter, and that was, those things were cool.
Club Penguin.
I forgot about that. Yeah, Club Penguin.
You wanted to talk to people. It was right there. Happened right there. I will say, though, them DMs, you get DMs nowadays. Everything happens in the DMs now, right? It all goes down there. And that's great. Like screenshots of stuff people have said. I know there's probably screenshots of stuff I've said. I've been mean. Like back, especially when you're a teenager and you're just like, I don't give. I'm going to post what I want to say. This like F you and all this. Like, well, right. Yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah, and I was going to say, I'm waiting for somebody to hit me back with some stuff I said years ago on Facebook. I'm like, yeah, do it. Send it. I want you to send it.
Send it. That's one thing too. Do you think? And be honest. Like, you don't have to say like what it is or who it is, but is there anything out there virtually that someone could use to ever extort you? Like if someone's like, Eric, like, do you remember like when you sent me this dick pic years ago and and all this stuff?
Which I have.
Oh, damn. That story. Do you remember? Okay. We're going to get a little off topic for a second, but it's about social media. So I created a fake Snapchat account just to talk shit to Eric one day.
Oh, yeah, you did do that, huh?
You remember that? I created a fake Snapchat. I was like, I'm just going to talk shit to Eric. I was bored. I had nothing to do. Just nothing to do. So I started talking shit. I was like, man, your hands are weak. Like, come see me back up in the hood. Like, all this other stuff. I was talking so much mad shit to him. And Eric was just like, where you at? Like, it's like he's going to meet me up or something. And I was like, oh, I'm back in Modesto, California. So you ain't, like, you too scared to come back here. You can keep your soft ass in Provo. All this other stuff, right? I was talking mad shit to him. Well, then Eric starts getting different. He changes from the aggressive side to, like, kind of playing with the dude. Or I guess in essence, try to play with me. And Eric's like, you probably just think I'm cute, don't you? I was like, what the hell? Like, what's Eric doing? I'm like, so he starts throwing me off now. He's like making me feel uncomfortable. I'm like, wait, how's this happening? All of a sudden, is okay?
Yeah, I don't care. It's already out there.
All of a sudden, I just see that Eric sent a picture, right? Like, so you see on Snapchat, it was Snapchat, not Instagram, it was Snapchat. And that little red like square that pops up and you have the picture. And I was like, the hell, he sent me a picture. And I open it because I'm a dumbass. And lo and behold, Eric over here now turned into trying to flirt with the person that he thought it was. It turned out to be me. And it was a dick pic. I was like, oh, son of a bitch. I was like, really, Eric? I was like, and I think he even heard me in the next room. I was like, what the hell is this? I was so mad.
For the longest time, though, I didn't know who you were. I thought you were some random dude.
I was talking mad crap. And I didn't think you'd send me a dick pic. I was like, gosh damn it. Like,
had to lay my claim.
Sometimes you gotta know what you're working with. No, that was by far the biggest like backfire I've ever had on social media. I was like, I should have thought this through. I forgot who I was talking to.
How the turns table.
So don't do that. If y'all try to bully Eric on Snapchat, you might get some pictures you don't like.
Oh, I like you and I want you.
Oh, dude. Let's actually go into that cyberbullying on social media.
We should. That's
a real thing.
And it bothers me because again, we're from the 90s where you didn't talk mess online. You just talked it on the playground.
Right. You had something to say, you said on the blacktop.
Exactly.
Come see me on the blacktop. Foursquare. See you there.
Exactly.
Come catch your ass in the square.
Get tossed up.
But so one thing, there's a lot of people who kind of laugh about cyberbullying because they're like, dude, how is cyberbullying real? Like, turn off your computer. Okay, here's a couple things to that where like that makes sense when you just kind of look at it on the surface level. It's like, no, first off, it's on a platform now, which the internet never forgets. So it's on there, so it's always going to be there, even if they delete it in some way or form, it's accessible. Mm-hmm. But two, like your mind is the same way, right? Like once you see it, it doesn't erase, right? Like you don't have that reset button in your brain. And so like you saw it and now it's there. And so maybe they attacked something about your body. Maybe they attacked you like about your intellect, whatever it is, your family. You know, people can get so ugly and nasty on like with cyberbullying, and they go and they say some stuff like that. And even if it's on there, like, yes, you turned off your screen, but it's still in your head now that someone said that about you. You still have that playing over and over. Like, man, like I can't believe this person said that, or they came after me, or they had this to say. Maybe they hid an insecurity for you, whatever it is. So yeah, cyberbullying is definitely real. It's not just as simple as like turn off your computer. No, because once you see it, right, the first one you see, it's now stuck in your head. And you get to sit on it. Now, maybe for some people, they're like, oh, I don't care. Like they get bullied all the time. Celebrities get bullied all the time. They don't care. They just shake it off. But especially it's like teenagers now, when they're doing it to each other, or they're picking on them, or they like critiquing photos of each other. Like, damn, like chill out.
Yeah.
Like that is a real thing, man.
Yeah, I was going to say one thing I learned from another YouTuber. She was saying, you know, because she went from Twitch to YouTube. And she did this like 6 months ago. She started doing it. But anyway, she said, you know, stop doom scrolling. You know, if you post a picture of yourself, if you're a YouTuber or whatnot, do your best not to look for the negative. Because whenever there's like, you know, 10 negative comments, chances are there's going to be 50 plus positive comments.
Yeah.
But in our mind, especially, you know, with social media, we magnify the negative because it's always there, you know. And, you know, for me personally, something I do when it comes to negative comment, either whether it's on Facebook or, you know, YouTube or whatever, I just say, oh, okay. I mean, that's a good opinion to have. I don't know. Just mentally, I just block it out because it's like, it's a good critique, but I consider like, you know, like I said, a good critique. That's the best way I can put it. Critique yourself like, okay, is this person, what he's saying is true? Should I get my facts straight, or should I be a little bit nicer, or should I, you know, maybe, you know, brush out my hair? I don't know. Whatever the case may be, just take with a grain of salt and then move on.
You should. Your hair's a little nappy though.
It is. I should have combed it out. I didn't. But yeah.
But no, and you know, like just even though we laugh about it, that incident that happened a couple weeks ago, where we had some people, they weren't mean, they weren't bullying, but there was a little bit of a sly diss to one of them, what they said. And
it was a very intelligent diss.
It was an intelligent sly diss. And Eric and I were just like, okay. Like one, I don't know why I was kind of involved. Like I said one thing. I didn't defend you. I didn't even have to defend you. Nothing happened. I just commented trying to like calm down the situation. And then I got thrown in with it. I'm like, what the hell? Like, what did I do? So anyway.
It sounds like Mr. Meeseeks. He wrote me into this. He wrote me into this.
But like you shouldn't doom scroll. Like, but that's one thing too. For the average person, there's not really doom scrolling, right? Like maybe an average post when you gets like 5 comments. And I think majority of the time, like those comments are just very tamed and whatever, but you'll still get the one where it's like, man, you can tell you've gained some weight. Something like that. Like, and it's just like, oh, like it'll just stick with you, right? It hits you. It's like, damn, okay, you didn't have to say it like that. So one nice thing, and this is just from our point of view though, is Eric and I talk so much shit on each other to each other's face. Like, I don't think there's very much that could be said to us. Like just today, you were in the kitchen. I was like, damn, you're getting fat. Well, I was on the couch eating like a donut or something.
Looking like a big old giraffe.
Dude, well, that's just it, right? Like, maybe that's it. Maybe if people talked more shit to each other, then like just in person,
yeah, exactly.
Maybe you'd be more used to it. I don't know. You might learn to laugh about it.
You are right, because I've noticed that too with comedians. Like, I follow comedians on YouTube and also on Facebook with some of the people I really like. But the point is, they'll learn to just deal with their own critique. Like you talk to the legends, Patrice O'Neal, Bill Burr, you know, Norm Macdonald, you know, rest in peace. They can critique themselves. So when someone else attacks them, it's too late. They beat them to the punch. Kind of like what Eminem did in 8 Mile. He pretty much trashed himself for being white trash. And afterwards, none of the guys can talk trash on for being white and trailer.
But at that same time, so here's a thing to that too, is that you got to speak kindly of yourself. So I even saw this quote the other day. It's like, before you're kind to anyone else, be kind to yourself first. And there's different forms. Like there's people who, you know, they're going to go about that however they want. But I think that's true. In fact, there was a famous actor who came out and he said, like, you know, if you talk to your friends, you're always like, hey, like, it's okay. You can do hard things. Like, oh, this, like, you talk up your friends all the time. But it's like, but when we mess up, the way we talk to ourselves is like, why the hell did you do that? You knew better. You should have been better. You should have tried harder. And it's like, so why do we hype up everyone else around us, but not ourselves? And I think that's the first thing, right? Is like, you got to nourish yourself first, and you'll see how much you nourish everyone else around you.
Yeah.
Being forgiving of yourself. So we do talk shit to each other, but it also comes from like we're best friends, so that just happens anyway. Yeah. But at the same time, you shouldn't be hard on yourself. You should not go after and actually try to attack yourself.
Yeah, no, I definitely agree with that. And that's one thing, because I follow him a lot. Jordan Peterson says, it's funny how because like you mentioned, we treat our friends better than ourselves. He says, well, treat yourself like you would your best friend. If you're going to be nice to your best friend and, be positive to him and patient to, with that person, do the same for yourself because you're just as worthy as that person. And, and he made a good point, So, yeah, definitely take care of yourself and, that's it. And then I feel like the rest should be pretty easy.
Yeah. So social media, Eric, what are your real thoughts around? Like you could describe, like, let me put it this way. You have one sentence to describe social media. What do you say?
Social media now? Mm-hmm. Dumpster fire.
Dumpster fire. That's it.
That's all it is.
That's not even something. You just use like one term, like one word. Is dumpster fire one word now? I don't know.
Is it a compound word? Right?
It's a compound word.
I guess now.
We are not the educated type. We don't English very well.
But yeah, you?
Toxic, but still has some value. It is. I think it is more toxic. You have to be very careful of who you pick as your friends on there. Yeah. That's the problem now. Like the higher follower or friend count you have, the more likely you are to like, one, obviously receive that dopamine high, like people liking your stuff. Two, there's people get monetized. And that's awesome. Like if you find ways to make money on Instagram just by putting up posts, there are people, when they put up a post, they'll make over 20 grand. There's people who make more than that, but still it's like you make 20 grand off one post. I'm like, that's insane. There's one of the people who I work with the manager of a famous rapper. And he was just telling me like, oh yeah, like this figurehead, I won't say his name just for legal reasons. He had a 6-figure deal, which was for 6 months. If he posted a t-shirt brand for like 3 weeks or something, he made 6 figures just like that. Nice. He had to take a picture with the t-shirt on. Obviously, like you do it in different places, do different, like whatever, but it's like over 100 grand for 6 figures. Like that was an insane contract. Yeah, I couldn't believe that.
Yeah.
But anyway, like there is that too. So I get both sides of it, but I think it just becomes more and more toxic, especially now with more social medias that are coming up now. Like we have Facebook, we have Instagram, we have Snapchat, we have TikTok. Like what else is there? Like there's probably more than that too. I know there is. I just don't care to go learn more about them. And it's just, man, like they're trying to take up all your time. Like you could spend all day on all of those platforms and get nothing done, but you just always scroll because it's infinite amount of content on there.
Yeah, I think the best way to handle social media would be to just either set it, set apart a certain amount of time on your phone to where you can be on it. Let's say 30 minutes to an hour, and then you're done for that either that day or that week. But I feel like if you were to divide your time properly, it wouldn't be nearly as bad. Because there are little things you can do right now, no matter what age you are, that's more important than social media, especially if you're going to be on it for 6+ hours,
dude,
or 2 hours,
Yeah. No, there were days where it was like, oh, your average time on your phone was like 5 hours.
Oh yeah.
I was like, whoa. Yeah. I was like, you have 24 hours in a day, and 5 of it was just staring at your phone. I was like, that's, and I could look back and be people like, well, you could be doing all these other things like. Text messages do not take 5 hours to send, even phone calls. And I don't think it considers phone calls. Maybe it does, but even then, it's like I knew I wasn't on the phone that long. And so for me, I'm like, man, that's 5 hours of stuff I knew I was not being productive with.
Yeah,
5 hours on the phone, I was not being productive. I was like, that is insane. So that was one reason too. I was like, no, I'm done. Like I need to take a break. Yeah, I mean, like if you're out. I don't know, because like if I'm working or something, like I'll find podcasts. That's fine. I think it's okay to use your phone as a tool for education or just like as ways to pass time. But it's as you're doing something else. Like I love Audible.
Yeah,
those audio books. I love listening to those things, especially like while I'm working, or if I'm just like out for a walk or a run, just listening to that stuff. So obviously, there's a lot of good to come from your phone, but social media, unless you're getting paid from it, there's really next to no good.
Yeah.
Like. I'm not saying you shouldn't have it because, of course, you can connect. And if you're a little bored here and there, I guess it's okay to spend a little bit of time, but the amount of time people are really spending on it, like, you could be doing something way different with your time, with your life. And that was the next thing. It was like, if I'm spending 5 hours on my phone, like, what else could I be putting that towards?
Yeah.
Especially right now where we are so busy. I'm like, I don't got time for that. Like, I'd rather be doing something else.
A lot of things you could be doing. A lot of things, and you just got to find them. I don't know. In this day and age, you know, you can just go online and look for a hobby and, you know, build up on it, and then maybe, who knows, 6 months to a year from now, you can, you know, use it to pay for some bills. I'm just saying, just stay busy. Don't live your whole life on social media. It's not necessary.
Yeah, and I don't want to make it sound like we don't believe in leisure, like that you can't use these things for like just leisure purposes. But there was a quote, I don't remember which person it was, and I want to say it was Aristotle, but I think it was someone went to the extent of saying we must sacrifice leisure in order to obtain leisure. And what does that mean? And it's let's put these things to the side for now and work really hard so that way later on down the road you can actually appreciate these things. Yeah. And that's actually what came to my mind. Something I've been thinking a lot about is like, you know, as we're moving forward with other aspects in our life, different business ideas, different opportunities that have popped up, and it requires a lot of time and attention. And I was like, you know what? Like, I'm gonna get all this time back one day, but right now we just got to grind. We just got to work on this and finish it up. And so that was another reason. I'm like, you know, I'll have time to myself where I'll be able to look at this stuff all day, but for now I don't have that time, and I got to keep working until I can get there. So that was it too. It was like, let's sacrifice leisure in order to obtain leisure. So we sacrifice it for now to have it later on in the future. Now that comes in, everyone can, that comes in all sorts of forms, obviously. Like some people are thinking I might be talking about like retirement, and that's not necessarily true because I ain't going to wait till I'm 65. But we can do a whole podcast on that stupid stuff too.
We probably should, actually. That's important.
You think we should?
Oh yeah, for at least for the, you know, Gen Zers out there, because we don't want them making the same mistakes that millennials stepped into along with the boomers.
I think millennials are waking up to it.
I mean, they are. They are. That's true. But I just want to make sure that Gen Zers don't feel like they have to do the whole 40 plus years of work, then retire.
You know, it's funny, back in the 50s, it looks like we're talking about it anyway, but back in the 50s,
let's go.
You know, back in the 50s, like, that's just what you did. Like, you went to work for 40 years. Someone who I've recently ran into, she's worked at the local hospital last 30 years. I was like, okay, like, good for you. I don't know how to do that. And maybe that's actually because of social media, that because we're so trained for instant gratification, we can only stay focused on something for a certain amount of time. But like back in the 50s and other time periods also, but it's just like, that's just all you did. Yeah. Like you worked.
Yeah. Life back then was very linear. School, college, then, you know, your career choice. Yeah. And that was it for 40 plus years.
Well, now as retirement is like, it's getting older. Like, the age to retire is getting much older. Yeah. And then people are like, wait, I got to work even longer now. I'm like, yeah, you're kind of right. Like, unless you get like a government job, which some government jobs you can retire in 20, which is great. Yeah. Especially if you get right into it, like you become a police officer at 18 or, you know, and other forms of government jobs.
Or like the trash people, you know, they get great benefits. They can put in 20 years and be retired.
Yeah. So like there are ways of being retired before you're even 40. Which is awesome, or at least receiving a retirement pension, if that's depending on the different plans people offer. But regardless, still, I don't want to get too off topic. I digress. Yeah. But yeah, I've talked to so many people, and I've worded it like that too. Like, do you know what you want to do for the next 20, 30, 40 years? Because there was a moment I thought, like, am I crazy? Like, there's something wrong with me? Literally no one. I haven't met a single person like, I don't know what I want to do for 20, 30, 40 years. Dude, I love like lifting. And if it was my job, though, I couldn't do that for 40 years. Like to go lifting 8 hours a day, which there are people like in strongman who will do like around that amount of time.
So you like the idea of not being trapped or feeling trapped.
That's it. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. Like, oh.
I mean, that's one of the reasons why, you know, I go through jobs so much, because if I'm doing a job for over a year, I feel a certain kind of way mentally. I don't want to feel trapped. And that's my biggest thing too.
And maybe that comes from the social media aspect too, where it's trained your mind to bounce from one thing to another. Yeah. And I'm not actually in that aspect. I'm not saying that's a bad thing.
Oh yeah, no, that's actually,
because that's hard. Because it kind of wakes you up. It's like, wait a second, why do I need to, like, why should I work 40 years?
That's struggling. Yeah, let's talk about that. That's one thing I do appreciate about social media, and even Gen Zers. They really open my eyes to, you know, the things that we can be doing. You know, because I was like, I guess if this person is doing it, like YouTube or Bitcoin, you know, all these kids making millions of dollars, you know, doing simple stuff, but using social media platforms, like, let me think outside the box more. Let me not try and be so, beholden to the old ways of doing things. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, because obviously generationally, you're taught to do certain things. Like I had a millennial come up to me and say, I wish, the boomers didn't pressure me to go into college, so I put out all this debt, and now I can't pay it all off.
Oh, you can miss me with that.
Oh yeah, no, I hate that argument
too. You can miss me with that.
And I hate it.
You chose to go to college.
Exactly.
Ain't no one took you right away. No one forced you. No one put a gun to your head.
Exactly.
Oh, dude, we could. That hits a nerve for me.
Yeah. No, I agree.
People want to bitch, whine, and cry about why'd you got in debt? Why'd you go to school?
Yeah.
Well, it's the only way you get a good job. What are you talking about? Right. The statistic around that too is like 80% of people who get out of college don't even use their degree for the job they go into.
When I was going to high school, there was a lot of complaints about people who went to college and they weren't being happy or taken care of properly. Even back in 2010, that was an issue. So for him to complain to me now, 10 years later, I'm just like, all right, come on, bro. You saw the writing on the wall. You just chose to ignore it because you were hyped up with this idea of going to college. But going back to what I said about social media and Gen Zers, they really opened my eyes to being more creative. There isn't just a boomer way. There's also, a millennial way. There's a Gen Zer way. There's a way you can adapt to making more money and not just being old school with it.
Yeah, this is the 21st century. There's so many ways of making money. And people will say that too. It's like making money is really easy. A lot of people will say that. And I know it's just, can you force yourself to learn something and do the hard work? Grind now and relax later.
Yeah.
Because here's the thing, when you're your own boss, you start your own business, and regardless of what it is, and we've talked about this before on other podcasts a long time ago, but you become your own boss, you just put in the hard work. Like when we had Justice on here, and he came and he talked about he didn't go to college, but yet what he just kept doing with videography, he just kept grinding, kept editing, kept working at it, making videos, and he got picked up, and now he has the exact job he's always wanted. And so it's just look at that. He worked really hard. So, and I don't want to get too off topic with this, honestly, but it's just I don't blame people when they don't know what they want to do for 40 years. I, to this day, do not know what I want to do for 40 years. I just know I'm more willing to do something if I have some sort of ownership in it. But being an employee for 40 years, I don't have it. No. I simply do not. Oh, but one thing you got to watch out for now is people are talking about all this passive income stuff. It's like, ooh, be careful with that. Because they're like, yeah, passive income. I'll teach you how to do it. Buy my course. Yeah. That's their passive income.
Yep.
You're buying their freaking course.
Oh, yeah.
Stop buying their course. Dude, there's so many out there. Guess what? YouTube University goes nowhere. There's so many ways to make money. Just watch YouTube.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that passive income stuff, it's ridiculous to me. I don't believe in it. I don't believe there's really I'm sorry, let me put it this way. There's no easy forms of passive income.
Yeah.
Because people have talked about it through real estate. If you have enough real estate and you're making money off of it, and yeah, in a sense you can sit back and put in very minimal effort, but still, maybe there's more than that too. But every time I get on YouTube, dude, that's why I'm so happy you bought premium, because I would get ads all the time. That's annoying. I'm not gonna lie, I'm a parasite when it comes to Eric's YouTube, because I'm like, oh, he pays for it, no ads.
Hey, it's worth it. At first, I was like, okay, I'll do it for a month, but afterwards, I'm like, okay, I like this. No BS.
Right?
That's what I want, not what YouTube wants me to have.
And that's exactly, because it's more that do you still go to a job right now? If I hear that, I get so upset. I'm like, okay, get my phone. I don't want to hear you. Because they're just going to sell you a course. Then take my course and you'll learn how to make passive income. Yeah. You're just going to tell people to make courses like you.
Yeah. I've literally looked up YouTubers who teach you these things for free. And one of them was how to make, $100 or so a day online, and it was something simple. They recorded water. They went to a website where water was recorded, or rain, or whatnot, or thunder, and they put it on their YouTube channel. And they showed you over time how much money they accumulated. It's okay, see, that's simple, small things.
Yeah,
it was done right, and it was for free.
Yeah, right.
Okay, there's no course. It was for free.
And so there's that. I think it is really, really easy to make money now. Some of the stuff that I've gone on to do is oh, that required little no work. And also you can automate things. So when I've helped a few real estate agents now with lead generation, because they're sick of, especially in this area, they're sick of buying leads that everyone else has access to. If they go to oh boy, what's it called? Home Advisory? homeadvisor.com or Home Advisory, something like that.
Sounds familiar, yeah.
Yeah, it's one of those. Or Angie's List.
Yeah.
They go there and buy leads. Well, that lead isn't exclusive to them. Other people get access to that too if they just pay the price. So that's why I was like, oh, Well, I just watched a few courses, learned how to build websites where it would automate and like they would collect data. It was just really landing pages. And then, you just hit up everyone nowadays is also a real estate agent, I feel like, especially in this area. So you just have to hit a couple up and be like, hey, like if I give you leads, and I had contracts written up, but if I send you leads and they're successful, like here's my commission that I want for it. But this lead is exclusive to you. It doesn't go to anyone else. So people are like, oh yeah, that's awesome. Because then there you go. Like you weren't in competition. I had the lead for you, and it just went straight to him. And if it became successful, I got a portion of the profit. That easy. Like, and it really, I mean, I oversimplified it, but really it didn't take long. Like you just have to learn how to build the website, or you can just go to other websites too. Like there's plenty of places out there to build landing pages, and just learn how to market yourself. Just be personable. Just know about the market that you're going in. I don't want to, go get all tangible with it, but there isn't some secret formula outside of work. Like just work hard, study it. And then once you learn it and you can automate it, that's the easiest form right there. Because once the websites and landing pages were built, the second someone went to it, just sent them the lead right away. I didn't have to worry about anything anymore. I'd upkeep it, just take a look at it every so often, but next to nothing right there. It was that easy. So, and no, I don't have courses on it because I'm not going to make money that way.
Yeah.
That's so dumb. I hate people who sell courses. I don't want to get too off the bat. We've been all over the place.
But what we just described, though, is definitely the more positive side to social media, the things you can learn.
You're right. There are a lot of things to learn on there. You can promote your small businesses on there. Like it's great. Like I've helped people do that. I love giving consultation to people. Just let them know like there's super simple ways. Yeah. And through social media, and it's great. So I'm not going to get too tangible. I'm done. I'm done talking about it.
Yeah, I think I am too. Yeah.
Social media.
I said my piece.
Social media, it is toxic, but there is still worth to it.
Yeah.
It can still help people promote your business, make you money, XYZ, but you can't pray for rain and not deal with the mud. That's exactly it. If you're going to pray for rain, you got to deal with the mud too. Yeah. So, Eric, any final thoughts?
Just dedicate yourself to the positive side of social media and make sure not to spend all your time on it. That's it.
All right. Fair enough. Well, anyway, guys, thanks again for coming into the swamp and listening to the Ogre in the Ass podcast. Please hit the subscribe button or the like button and or leave a comment. We love responding, and we see what you guys put on there. If you're going to hit us up on Instagram, just know you will be talking to the ass for a while. I don't know when I'll get back on, but until next time, stay the hell out of our swamp.